Chris Brown's new NFT project is dropping in June. And let's watch this trailer.
What's up, y'all? It's Chris Breezy. Guess what? I'm making my own NFT. 10,000 pieces. It's about to be so crazy. Man, the utilities are out of this world, so I can't wait to show you guys. I'm really excited about this NFT project because it enables me to connect to my fans and you guys to me. So creatively, interactively, the whole nine. So to keep up to date on what we're doing, go to thebreezyverse.com. Also follow it on Instagram and Twitter at thebreezyverse.
Interesting stuff. I mean, this is good. I think that, well, let me talk about a little bit about this NFT project, right? So this article by NFT Evening. Some great news for Chris Brown fans. The singer will launch his debut NFT collection. The streetwear NFT project is made in partnership with John Dean, founder of LA-based clothing brand Renowned. Okay, so some of the things that are coming out, he did a press release back in, I want to say November last year, and they talked about this NFT project and the fact that he has an all-black creative team working on it. He had a lot of, all-black team, but I looked at the website and it looked like a lot of them were, everybody that was on the executive side of things was a white person apart from Chris Brown. But aside from that, it looks like all the creatives that are participating are all black. And some other things about it, it's a streetwear brand. So it looks like there might be clothing that's offered with it. He said he's going to announce the utilities soon. And I think that's the key thing about NFTs, especially celebrities releasing NFTs. And that's what we really have to be careful of, because a lot of celebrities release NFTs and it's a big cash grab. Their content, whatever, their NFT doesn't really have any utilities and any value. So it's kind of like, what is the point of buying this, right? And so and that was the first wave of NFTs. I'd call it sort of like almost like an NFT scam by, not the initial wave with was it Rolling Stones and a few others that initially launched their NFTs, but the second wave, like the main first wave that made a lot of noise with the Tory Lanez and the Takeoffs and the, what's his name? 6ix9ine, all these rappers dropping NFTs, but they didn't have any utility, and it's just a big way for them to sell this digital art and make a lot of money, right? But what Chris Brown is offering here is very different. He's offering utility, and that's the most important determining factor as to whether an NFT is strong or not. Well, first of all, we have to acknowledge that Chris Brown is a reputable recording artist. I mean, at least professionally, I could say everything I'll say about him with his, the bad things about his career. But when it comes to him as an artist, he's a mainstream artist. So you expect whatever he's going to deliver, it's going to be at a world-class standard. It's like almost as like a Rihanna or a Justin Bieber dropping an NFT, right? So when it comes to Chris Brown, he's going to come at this differently. So he's talking about, having a superhero in it. I guess, the character that we saw in the video, that must be the superhero character. And there's all sorts of artwork that comes with it, streetwear stuff. So he's building not only a story and a universe, right? He's also having these interesting perks. And what I have to say about that, when you think about the NFTs that have been successful, especially like the CryptoPunks, and all those like really successful NFTs, they come with very unique resources or utilities. I think about CryptoPunks, for example, and hold on. Yeah, CryptoPunks comes with a Discord group, and that Discord group gives you access to everyone that owns a CryptoPunk. So it's like a members club. And imagine being in a members club and Justin Bieber is there. Chris Brown, I don't know if Chris Brown owns a CryptoPunk, but all of these, is it CryptoPunks or the other one? I think it's CryptoPunks that gives you the Discord, but they probably all do. But yeah, so imagine all these celebrities, you're in this Discord group, which is like a membership group, and you have the ability to communicate with people like, whoever owns a CryptoPunk, Gary Vaynerchuk, all the big names, Logan Paul, all the big names. So that is what the utility is in there. It's a membership group. It's kind of like my friend was telling me how like Rolls Royce, if you own a Rolls Royce, they have like a social media platform only for people that own Rolls Royces, and you have a profile and you can chat with people. And in a way, it's like they're creating. It's pretty much a digital country club, pretty much, right? You have access to all these people that you wouldn't have access, and they're all over the world, and they all own Rolls Royces. So Chris Brown is doing something similar with the utilities he hasn't announced the utilities yet, but I'm really excited to see what he actually releases, what utilities are going to be available, because this is really a different approach. We're not seeing too many celebrities, or at least he's setting the pace for the mainstream big celebrities to take the NFT space seriously. There's not, the metaverse hasn't been getting a lot of hype recently. It's no longer like a hot button topic anymore. It got that in the fall. It got the press that it needed. But now it's kind of the time for how would I describe? It's almost like crypto in 2013 or something, right? We all had heard about it, but now it's gonna be a question of who's gonna invest in it. But the thing about NFTs is more difficult because you're investing in that specific creator, right? So someone like a Chris Brown, he's a massive superstar. So you know that, and he's consistently delivered, quality for almost 20 years. So so that's 2 decades almost. That what we're going to get from him is going to be quality. We know that what he's going to sell is going to be valuable. Like, this is someone that also is a painter. He also paints, and I'm sure he sells his paintings for crazy amounts of money too. So he's an artist, not just a recording artist as a musician, but also a fine artist. And so him entering this crypto space is very interesting. So there are a few components here that are interesting, right? The storytelling, right? It's called, what did he call it? It was in the trailer, but the Chris verse or something. Let me go to his Instagram really quickly. So but yeah, he said it in the trailer, the name of the thing, and he's also dropping an album on June 24th. So I think that's an interesting pairing, right? The fact that not only is he dropping an NFT, but he's dropping an album, so it's like double the marketing to push this NFT project. It's called the Breezyverse, right? So it's called the Breezyverse, and I believe his album is also called Breezyverse. Let me confirm. He just said new Breezy album. So that's great marketing for the NFT project. And this is a thing as a musician, and I talk a lot about musicians monetizing their careers. You don't make music from albums anymore. You don't make music from streaming anymore. Kanye West did something different when he dropped his, that stem player, right? He was able to get people to buy his stem player and generate income that way. What Chris Brown is doing, he's going to make a lot of money. Probably way more money than even Kanye West, because Chris Brown is giving out his album for free, right? On Spotify, everyone can listen to it anyway. Everyone does that, right? He's giving out his album, so he's going to have that. And then there's going to be a lot of attention. He's going to get a lot of attention, right, that week. And then he's also dropping the NFT project at the same time, it seems. He hasn't announced the date for the NFT project, but it seems like it's dropping at the same time. So with all the attention he's going to be getting with the album, he'll drive that attention to a high ticket item, which is his NFT project. And within the and that's how he makes a lot of money. So as a musician, right now it's about building your following, building your following, using music as a tool for marketing, because music is a tool for marketing. It's a marketing tool. It's not content. People think music is content. It's not content. It's a marketing tool. Back in the days, in the 2000s and before, we used to pay for music. So music was content, right? It was a product, but now it's not a product. In this day and age, it is a marketing tool. So now he's taking that marketing that the attention he's going to get from dropping an album, and he's driving that traffic to a paywall, which is his NFT ecosystem. And then in addition to that, in that ecosystem, it seems like he already has a Discord group. He announced he has a Discord group. He has all these things that are within that framework, within the Breezyverse. There's so many more ways to even remarket and monetize within the Chris Brown universe. Because think about it, he might be doing private one-on-one, no, probably not that, but he might be doing private group chats with all the purchasers. He might be doing meetings, like how I remember, like with Tidal, when Tidal first dropped, they would do these like listening parties where the celebrity would come to the listening party. They would do these like Tidal events only for Tidal members. And so this is now a way, Tidal is a company, but this is now a way for a musician, an individual musician, to generate income this way. Now, one of the things that he said in the whole marketing press release that they did back in November, I believe it was November last year, one of the things they said is that the metaverse is going to be a place for Black people to be able to retake our power. He talked about Black people, they talked about Black people being very influential, yet we don't have ownership, right? And so he's talking about the metaverse being a place and creating opportunities for Black people to be able to monetize, our creativity, right? And to have ownership of our creativity. And I guess my question here is, the only way that I understand this statement is that by owning an NFT, it's like owning an expensive piece of art. If the artist is a big artist, Chris Brown's a big artist, right? So like owning an expensive piece of art. And if you resell it, you can generate a lot of income. So here's why Chris Brown's NFT project is really pointing at the heart of what the NFT game is and what it's intended to be, not what musicians today have made it into. But because he's creating value in the utilities, which none of the other people have really done successfully, and because of the hype of him as a musician, I won't say he's at the top of his game, but he's still somewhere in his prime, still releasing music, still dropping albums, still a hot musician. The value of the NFT is so much higher, and now people can really, truly use that and generate income so if you're one of the first purchasers of this NFT, you could potentially generate a lot of income as long as he continues to hype up the resources or the tools that are within the Breezyverse. And that's the thing that I talked about that Tory Lanez. If I had said Trey Songz, I meant Tory Lanez. That is the thing that he meant about Tory Lanez, what I meant when I said Tory Lanez failed. And I made a video and I broke this down, why Tory Lanez failed. It's because when he released his album and he turned that into an NFT, right? He released his album, he turned it into an NFT and then he tried to do this thing where he resold it, I think a week later. The reason why it's only going to be valuable when he drives traffic to it. So what Chris Brown seems to be doing with this Breezyverse is he's using storytelling tools to generate hype and probably other utilities to consistently ensure that this universe that he's created has hype around it. And if you can ensure that this universe consistently has hype around it, kind of like the Star Wars community or something, if you can consistently ensure that that happens in this universe, well then you have the potential to make a crazy amount of money. Because, and not only you make the money, everyone that has invested into that NFT makes the money. And that is where Web3 changes the game for the average person, because now not only the creative makes the money, not only Chris Brown is going to generate money from this, but everyone that buys into his NFT, especially those that buy in first, will generate income. And that is granted that he actually does what I've said, right? He actually creates an ecosystem, a universe that consistently generates hype within itself. And that's actually kind of difficult to do and maintain, especially as a musician. I think he took a few interesting points from Tory Lanez fails. I think one of the main ones that he took is that Tory Lanez released an album and made that an NFT, right? And I talked about, right now, music is a marketing tool. It is not a product. And so now Chris Brown has now, instead of releasing an album that's an NFT, which is typical and everybody else would do that, what he's done now is he's used the marketing of this album, used this album as a marketing tool to drive people to buy the high ticket item, which is this utility within his NFT project. So that's how you have to think about it. You can't necessarily sell music as an NFT. One thing I do think is interesting is if within this NFT project, if there are bonus tracks within the NFT project that's only available to people that have the NFT, that would be interesting, right? So what he's doing is really interesting. I'm definitely gonna be watching that space. I think you guys should watch the space, especially if you're in the entertainment or music industry. And even if you just wanna invest and, tap into this NFT game, at an early stage, because right now is the time where, especially an artist like a Chris Brown, I feel like he's somebody to invest in. I might not agree with his image and whatever the case is, but at the end of the day, he's still a popular celebrity, musician. People are still writing for him, and there's still opportunity, business opportunity with what he does. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. If you feel that I left anything out, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your comments, and we can continue the conversation in the comment section. And of course, I can make another video with more clarity if that's what you guys like. So yeah, leave a comment down below. My name is Kenim, and you're watching Brand Video Pro, and see you next time. Peace. All right, end stream.